I remember a Tuesday in my final year of medical school. The air outside was crisp, but inside my apartment, the atmosphere felt heavy and tense. I sat at my desk surrounded by the quiet hum of my laptop and the scattered pages of my notes, feeling the weight of the day pressing down on me. My to-do list was endless: exams, hospital duties, emails, even a reminder to buy socks. Every inch of my desk was covered in reminders, sticky notes, and highlighted tasks. It was as if my responsibilities had multiplied overnight, each one screaming for attention. It felt like a wall of failure before I'd even started. The sheer volume of tasks made it impossible to see a way forward, and I felt defeated before I'd even picked up my pen. Each item, no matter how small, added to the weight on my chest. Even the simplest tasks seemed insurmountable, and my heart raced as I scanned the list, wondering how I'd ever get through it all. I stared at the screen, paralyzed, not knowing where to begin. My mind raced with possibilities, but my body refused to move. I felt stuck, trapped by my own expectations. Should I tackle urgent hospital paperwork, study for finals, or just clear out easy emails for a sense of progress? Every option felt equally important, yet none seemed possible in that moment. The choices were exhausting, and I hadn't done anything yet. The mental fatigue set in before I'd even started, and I wondered if I'd ever find the energy to begin. My motivation vanished, replaced by anxiety that I'd never catch up. The more I thought about it, the more impossible it all seemed, and I felt myself spiraling into self-doubt. This isn't just my story, it's a modern epidemic. So many of us are drowning in endless lists, feeling like we're always behind, no matter how hard we try. Our to-do lists, meant to help, often overwhelm us. Instead of bringing order, they can create chaos, making us feel like we're failing at life itself. That day, I realized my system was broken. I needed a new approach, one that would help me breathe, not suffocate. My list wasn't helping. It was hurting. It was time to let go of the idea that productivity meant doing everything at once. This was the first step in rethinking productivity, a journey to find clarity, not chaos. I began to see that true progress starts with understanding what really matters and giving myself permission to focus on less, not more. Why does your to-do list stress you out? Because we treat it as a net to catch every task, turning it into a monster. The list grows until it's just a wall of judgment. Every unchecked box feels like a failure, and with dozens of tasks, you're set up to lose. You migrate unfinished tasks day after day, feeling perpetually behind. Writing the list feels productive, but it's just an illusion. Productivity porn. You haven't done anything. You've just created a menu of stress. A traditional to-do list fails because it lacks intention and prioritization. Call Mom sits next to finalize company merger, no distinction. Your brain is forced to reevaluate every time you look at the list, draining your energy. This constant decision-making leads to stress and ultimately misery. Next, let's talk about how this leads to decision fatigue and overwhelm. The first problem with a messy to-do list is decision fatigue. Your willpower is like a muscle, it gets tired. Staring at 30 tasks, your brain is forced to make endless choices. What's urgent? What matters most? By mid-morning, you're more likely to pick easy, low-impact tasks just to feel productive. The list encourages procrastination, not progress. The second issue, no prioritization. Every task looks equally important, so you react to what's loudest, not what matters. You end up putting out fires instead of moving toward your big goals. These two factors, decision fatigue and lack of priorities, lead to total overwhelm. You feel paralyzed, unable to start anything, so you escape into distractions. Your to-do list, meant to help, becomes the thing that stops you from doing anything at all. But there's a better way. To break the cycle of endless, overwhelming to-do lists, it's time to shift your mindset. Your to-do list isn't just a dumping ground for every task that pops into your head. It's a powerful decision-making tool that can shape your day and your productivity. The real purpose of your list is clarity. It's about making conscious choices. What will you work on right now? And just as importantly, what will you deliberately ignore or postpone? This is where your list becomes a filter, not a funnel. The most important work actually happens before your day even begins, when you take a moment to decide what truly matters. This is the time to set your intentions, not just react to whatever comes your way. Think of it like packing your gym bag the night before. You're making decisions in advance while your willpower is still strong and your mind is clear, so you don't have to rely on motivation in the moment. Your daily list should be a carefully curated set of high-impact tasks. It's not meant to be a catch-all for every possible thing you could do. Instead, it's a short list of what will move you forward today. When you treat your list this way, it transforms from a source of stress and guilt into a source of focus and confidence. You'll feel lighter, more in control, and more motivated to actually get things done. With a short, intentional list, you eliminate confusion and decision fatigue. You know exactly what you need to do, and you can approach your work with clarity and purpose. You've already chosen what matters most. Now your only job is to execute, without second-guessing or getting distracted by less important tasks. To make this work, separate your master list, the big bucket of everything you might want to do, from your daily list, which is your focused battle plan for the day. The master list is where you capture every idea, task, and commitment, but your daily list is a carefully prioritized extract containing only the most important actions for today. This separation is the key to reclaiming your focus and making real progress instead of just spinning your wheels. Now let's get practical and look at a simple system you can use every day to put this into action. Enter the rule of 3, a method that helps you focus on what truly matters and keeps your daily list manageable and effective. The first step is the rule of 3. This simple but powerful principle is the foundation of effective daily planning. It's about cutting through the noise and focusing your energy where it matters most. Each morning, take a moment to review your master list, the big collection of everything you want or need to do. Then ask yourself, if I could only accomplish 3 things today, what would they be? This question helps you filter out the less important tasks and zero in on what will truly move the needle. You can't pick 5 or 10, just 3. Limiting yourself to 3 forces you to make tough choices, but that's exactly the point. It's about quality, not quantity. This forces you to prioritize what truly matters. Instead of spreading yourself thin, you're channeling your focus into the tasks that will have the biggest impact on your goals. These 3 become your non-negotiables. Everything else is a bonus. If you finish them, you've already had a successful day, no matter what else happens. For example, from a list of email marketing team, brainstorm Q4 project, pay bill, book dentist, write report, you'd pick the 3 with the biggest impact. Maybe it's emailing the team, brainstorming the project, and writing the report. Tasks that push your work or life forward. Suddenly, your day feels manageable, not overwhelming. The endless list shrinks to something you can actually tackle. And that sense of control is motivating. A short list is motivating. You see a clear path to success. Each item you check off is a visible step forward, and you can actually feel your progress. Completing one task builds momentum for the next. With each win, your confidence grows, making it easier to keep going. By focusing on a few key levers, you achieve more meaningful results. You're not just busy, you're productive, and your efforts add up to real progress. It's about depth, not breadth. When you give your best energy to a few priorities, you make a bigger impact than if you try to do everything at once. The rule of 3 brings instant clarity. It's a mental reset that helps you cut through overwhelm and focus on what matters most every single day. Next, let's talk about how to actually get those 3 things done and turn your priorities into real accomplishments. With your 3 priorities set, it's time to work differently, using 90-minute sprints. Research shows our brains focus best in 90-minute bursts, followed by real breaks. Take your first priority, set a timer for 90 minutes, and work on nothing else. No email, no phone, no distractions, just deep work. When the timer ends, stop, even mid-sentence, and take a 20, 30-minute break away from screens. Walk, stretch, or just relax. This rest recharges your brain for the next sprint. After your break, start another 90-minute session, either on the same task or the next. 2 or 3 sprints a day can outpace 8 hours of distracted multitasking. This method respects your brain's natural rhythms and boosts your productivity. Focused sprints turn your priorities into real progress. But there's one more step to make this system stick. The final step is the daily reflection ritual. At the end of each day, spend 5 minutes asking, what went well, what didn't, What will I do differently tomorrow? Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. If you got distracted, ask why, then plan a fix for tomorrow. This isn't about guilt. It's about learning and adjusting. Maybe you'll try shorter sprints or break big tasks into smaller ones. This daily feedback loop keeps you improving and prevents old habits from creeping back. Reflection turns your system into a personal, evolving tool. It's the engine of long-term productivity. Now let's supercharge your system with a few bonus tips. Ready to level up? Here are 4 bonus tips. First, use a hybrid system, a digital app for your master list. But write your daily 3 on paper. It keeps your focus visible and away from digital distractions. Second, try the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize. Focus on what's important, not just urgent. Third, limit your master list. Keep it under 100 items and purge old tasks regularly. If something's been there for months, delete it. Fourth, celebrate your progress. When you finish your 3 tasks, reward yourself. This positive reinforcement keeps you motivated. Productivity isn't about grinding. It's about building habits that last. These tips help you stay focused, organized, and energized. Layer them on as you get comfortable with the core system. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Now let's wrap up with the big picture. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. The endless to-do list glorifies busyness, not effectiveness. True productivity is calm, focused, and intentional. The rule of 3, 90-minute sprints, and daily reflection help you cut through the noise and focus on what counts. Start small tomorrow. Pick your 3, set a timer, and see how it feels. You'll be surprised by the clarity and momentum you gain. Productivity is personal, not a competition. The goal is to be a little better and more intentional each day. Build a system that supports your well-being and fulfillment. By focusing on what matters, you create space for a more successful, less stressful life.